Hi guys, hello. Hi everyone. This is our weekly live immigration news with Marina Shepelsky. Hi. Instagram is still showing up here. They're still connecting. So, before we start, I wanted to tell you I had a great vacation. I was away. I went to Florida, and I went to Europe with my kids. So I went to Europe with my kids for like a week. We spent some time in London and we spent some time in Paris, and it was amazing, really amazing. I'm just waiting for more people to show up. It's summer, so things are a little slow for us with the viewers, but I get that. A lot of people are away. I met a lot of American tourists in Europe and in England. It was interesting, and in Paris as well. It was very hot too. I think they were having some sort of a heat wave, in Europe when I was there. But my more exciting trip, I think, for me personally, was my trip to the national conference that we do every year in the summer for my favorite organization, the American Immigration Lawyers Association. I was invited to speak there on one of the panels about social media and how attorneys should not be afraid to use social media. They should use it to reach the people, to reach their people, the immigrants. And I think that this is the kind of thing that I really am proud of that I did, And since this is oh my God, my light's not turned on. Second, guys. Okay, now we have more light. I work at home from my office, and my office is so dark because it's in the basement, and there's like a very small window, a tiny little window on the left, and I need to do something with the light here because it's very bad. I have to set up, I have a ring light, I have another light. I have so much light here that I add. Oh my God, I'll maybe add even one more. Because it's too dark. Okay, that's better. All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm just waiting for a couple more people to join, and then I will begin with the news, and I will begin with answering your questions here. Okay, so what's been happening in the news? Let's see. So DACA is still not going anywhere. They're still talking about DACA. Just opening my notes here. All right. So, USCIS is trying to make some good changes, right? They're trying to make things better for workers. So USCIS is trying to lessen the burdens of the workers in US, and they're putting steps in place to provide relief and speed up the visa processing for H-1Bs, right? So the relief that they're trying to offer is these new compelling circumstances work authorizations, right? So this is a temporary work authorization for people who are stuck in employment visa backlogs while they're waiting for their H-1B renewal to be approved, or if they're laid off. So this was the big news of the week. These come and when you file this, when you file for this H-1B work authorization, this employment work, and what are the compelling? They're calling them compelling or serious circumstances under which you deserve to have this this work authorization. All right, so that's one thing that I wanted to discuss. Interesting, and I guess one biggest news item this entire week was that the decision by the Supreme Court of the United States that looked at President Joe Biden's priorities for immigration deportation, so deportation priorities. And this was a good victory. The Biden administration actually won this one. And this decision allows the administration to focus on arresting and detaining only the people who are a real threat to safety. So the way Biden to deport people now is criminals, people who are convicted. And what happened was there was a federal court decision that said, well, this is not constitutional. This is not right. So the Biden administration took this all the way up to the highest court of our land, the U.S. Supreme Court. And the U.S. Supreme Court said, yes, the Biden administration is correct. And they're allowed to build the priorities of, and it was the states of Texas and Louisiana who actually filed the lawsuit challenging the Biden administration's policy in the state of, in the case called United States versus Texas. And one of the significant implications of this decision by the U.S. Supreme Court is that it's offering a protection to people who don't have any history of criminal acts. These are asylum seekers, people who are and individuals with humanitarian cases and claims. So limiting the arrests by ICE, immigration police arrests, to those who pose a real threat to our public safety, that's legal and that's constitutional, and the U.S. Supreme Court upheld that. All right, now New York City is set to launch an asylum applications center. So New York City announced the opening of an assistance center, like a asylum applications. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, is making a big advancement in assisting asylum seekers, and they're going to offer resources and guidance to people who are interested in filing for refugee status or asylum. They will make sure that these vulnerable people for asylum who are asking for asylum will have the information and the tools they need to be getting asylum in the U.S. And finally, U.S. is implementing new actions to manage regional migration. So interestingly enough, what we talked about on this conference is that everyone, when the COVID-19 Title 42 law would end, that people would like rush the border. But what happened is actually there's been a decrease of immigrants at the border. It's not going up, it's going down. So but there's still issues with dealing with all the immigrants at the border and beyond, right? So in response to the ongoing challenges from the regional migration, the U.S. announced new measures to address these migrations, right? They will basically work with local agencies and address the underlying problems. And this came up because, places like Texas and Arizona started to ship their immigrants to other states, and other states are shipping them very illegally, really, to like New York and Maryland and Massachusetts. So now they're going to try to work with local agencies to like sort of manage that, right? So that's the news I had for today. Of course, also just to tell you what we talked about at this conference, what immigration lawyers worry about, right, is that Ron DeSantis, he offered this crazy new reform program because he wants to run for president. So he's got some ideas of what things should be for immigration. And these are really bad, the things he offered. So we really are worried about that. Anyway, so let me get right into answering your questions. This is my English language live on Facebook and on YouTube and also on Instagram. I'm on Instagram live for you guys, and I'm going to answer some of your questions. Of course, I preface this with saying this is not a legal consultation. So if I answer your question, it's only to provide you and other viewers with information about waiting times, about strategies and cases, but everything that you have to say personal to us, please call our office and schedule a paid consultation. So Rabia on Instagram is asking, kindly suggest the easiest and less costly method for what? For immigrating to United States. So, Robbie, to immigrate to the United States, you need to choose if you're going to do this through employment, through work, or through like just coming here as a tourist and maybe getting married or something like that. If you're from a country that's like a dictatorship that doesn't have the best government who protects the people, once you're inside US, we can also help you with asylum. So it's work, asylum, or, you know, a marriage case, really, at this point. Those are the options for people who don't have a visa right now and they're outside of US. Apply for a tourist visa, come here, look around. If you like it, then we can figure some things out for you. Joseph says, good morning, my lovely lawyer. Joseph watches us every time we have a live. Thank you so much. Mani Kumar, the same thing, always watching us. Thank you so much. And he says, good morning, Marina. Good to see you. Thank you. I'm happy to be back here. I'm going to take a break from traveling right now because I had a very bad situation in Orlando. When my conference was finished, right, in Orlando, I wanted to go home and I wanted to get right back to work. I had a full day of consultations on Monday, but United Airlines completely canceled my flight, could not rebook me for a different flight on Monday. So I ended up being stuck in Orlando until Tuesday morning. I had like no hotel. I had to find my own hotel room. I had nothing planned. I checked out of my conference hotel already. So we just ended up like picking the first closest hotel in the airport. And I didn't know what to do with my time. I wasn't set up to do remote consultations or anything because, you know, I went to a conference or work there. So I didn't bring anything with me. Anyway, everything worked out and I'm back to the office and I said, okay, I need to take a break from traveling. I had enough, maybe until like late summer and fall. All right, so let us see. Question. Sorry. I turned on the, okay, this way I can see your questions on the computer on Instagram. Post your questions and I'll try to answer them as soon as I read them. Okay, so first question is from a Russian speaker. In Russian, Michael, he says, do you think that there will be a law about legalizing people who are in US over 5 years? Maybe you're asking about the Dignity Act. The Dignity Act, I think, has a good chance of passing, but since it was announced, I haven't seen much else in the news about it. We'll see. I think it will pass, but we will see. Okay, Bombay Brian says greetings. Hello. Emily has a question on YouTube. What is happening with the visa bulletin for employment-based visas? How much of the 197,000 visas that USCIS and Department of State use, specifically EB area for the rest of the world? What are the numbers? Emily, I don't have the statistics for you. If you're interested in statistics, I would actually go to this website, Department of State or travel.gov, and see the latest visa bulletin, and you can see what's going on there. And by the way, usually these kinds of statistics that you're asking about don't get released until the following year once the fiscal year is completed. So I don't have access to like the current situation, how much of the employment visas were used already. Um, Let me see, maybe I can find it. I know this website. Um, Sometimes they have updates, but usually it's only like delays and like the pages of cases that were like done more off this year versus last year. Right, I have from we talked about this. All right, Mike Kumar. Stock. I'm here. Okay, Mani Kumar question. My contract has been more than for more than 699 days. When can I an update, please? It depends what category you filed in. If you were in the VAWA category, for example, that was taking 3 years. So you that you might have to he says he did, but I don't know what he's interested in. Give us a call. My phone number on the bottom of the screen on YouTube is 718-769-6352. If you're interested in any specific case type, give us a call. We can help you figure out what situation would work for you personally. All right, Temi Rayo on Instagram says USCIS sent me a request for evidence in January asking my husband to submit his tax documents in W-2 and 99s, which we did. So we responded to the RFE. In June, I received another RFE. Yeah. Why don't you call us for a consultation? I don't know exactly what's wrong. I would have to the first RFE and the second RFE and see how they respond to whatever you already sent them. So I can only tell you if you call our office, it doesn't have to be me personally. We have a great attorney team, and they will help you look at the paperwork and definitely figure out something as simple as a reply to I-35 affidavit of support questions, RFE about the tax. It doesn't have to be me personally, no worries. Mohammed Arshad says, when is VAWA C9 category processing time starting for work permit? When you file for the work permit, right, this, that's when the time starts, okay? The date they receive it, and you should get the receipt date that tells you when USCIS received your case. That date starts the CO9 processing category. And CO9 is based on pending green card. So the day they receive it is the day they begin to process. Emily says when you file and compile the EAG, you can't extend the H-1B or adjust your status. You have to leave the country, get a new stamp and return. Is this correct? Um, Until you get your H-1B renewed, you're not allowed to work, and you can't adjust status because adjusting status means you are asking to file for a green card. So I'm not sure what your question is. Maybe you can call us for a consultation. I'm a little confused, Emily. Mohammed says VAWA case 9 transferred to Chicago. Does it mean it will be faster processing? Sometimes it means it will be processed faster, sometimes not. It just means that they're moving cases around to the center that's less busy. It doesn't always mean that if it's less busy, it's going to be quicker. Mani says my video and audio are not working so well today. I know it's the internet, it's lagging. Let me reboot this. Okay, hopefully this will be better. I rebooted it. Yeah, the signal is like on one. I don't know why. Okay, Corbena Darko says, my green card application has been in for almost 4 years. Officers came to the house and still nothing is heard. So if they came to your house, they have doubts if your case is real. Give us a call. Maybe we could look into filing something like a writ of mandamus for you, which is like a lawsuit making them, forcing them to make a decision in your case. Okay, so all right, that's it with the questions from YouTube right now. Uh, okay, Temi Ray was asking, what is my phone number for consultation? I cannot put the consultation phone number on Instagram on my screen, can I? Well, let me see. Maybe here. I can put it in the comments. 718-769-6352. It also it's in my profile, Kenny. So if you click on my profile, my phone number is in my profile. 718-769-6352. Okay. Let's talk about VAWA a little bit since I have a little bit free time. When you file VAWA, you file for a green card usually, a work permit, and an advance parole. When are you allowed to file for the advance parole? It's when you've never been deported and you don't have crimes. If that's the case, you are allowed to travel while you're waiting for the VAWA. If you have problems, like you've been deported and you have a deportation order, you should not be traveling. And I wouldn't file for advance parole for you. Now, right now it's taking about 33 months. So that's how long it should take to get an answer on the VAWA case. The with the VAWA that's associated with your VAWA case might take longer because they decision on it once your VAWA is approved. That might take another 6 to 9 months after the 33 months it takes VAWA to be approved. So don't kill the messenger. This is how it takes right now for them to approve these cases. A great benefit to filing for VAWA. A U.S. citizen or green card holder, and they treat you badly. It's not your fault. The marriage is falling apart. You don't need them to cooperate to help you. If you file for VAWA, yes, it takes longer, but you will get a work permit. You get it in most cases. So you don't have to. I think I will wrap up today's show because my signal is not the best today. Let's see. I'm going to see if I have any more questions on Instagram. Raza says hello. Hello. Robbie wants to know, what is our consultation charge? Our attorneys charge $295. $295 for consultation. My personal consultation is $495. Timmy's asking, talking about VAWAs, can I transfer my I-485 from pending case to VAWA application? Tammy, absolutely. Tammy, if you filed based on marriage and this marriage goes badly, you can, absolutely. It's absolutely allowed. It's legal. It's good to transfer from I-130 to I-360 VAWA. Tammy, give us a call. We can definitely help you if this is your situation. The I-485 cannot expire until there's a decision on your case for the VAWA or the I-130. All right, I think I will, at this point, I'm going to wrap up. We're almost at half hour here. Oh, by the way, interesting news. Canada, this just came out. This just came out today. Canada introduces open work permits for H-1B holders from US. So in a move aimed to attract to attract top technical talent, IT people and technical people, Canada's immigration minister announced on Tuesday the creation of an open work permit stream for H-1B visa holders in the US. They will allow 10,000 H-1B visa holders to work in Canada and provide study or work permits for their families as well. The new initiative is set to launch July 16 in a month, and less than a month, even less than a month, 3 weeks. And approved applicants will receive a Canadian open work permit, good for 3 years, and they can work anywhere in Canada with any employer with a lot of flexibility. And Canada is beating US on this. They want to steal some of our H-1B holders. There you go. This is a good opportunity if you're an H-1B holder and you were laid off. Okay, guys, I want to say bye and I want to say have a great day. Oh, wait, I have a question on Instagram. Fancy, yeah. What? I don't know what that means. All right. Thank you, Tammy. Bye bye and have a great day.